Alright. It's time for the grand finals of the weekly cup. That's right. We've got Dragon Phoenix Gaming's herO, the most dynamic Protoss in the world. He makes this matchup a treat to watch because I never know what's going to happen next. Capable of comebacks, capable of throws, and anything in between. It's herO. His opponent in the bottom left side, not scouting. It's his trademark in the matchup. It's Byun. Repping the Shopify Rebellion, of course. His Canadian team. The legends that they are. Beautiful tech company, Shopify. Got a great team behind them. Their head of esports, or one of their heads at least, is Dr. Dario, aka the Little One, TLO. Famous StarCraft 2 pro gamer. Still very active in the community and supporting players like Byun, so good to see them going. It's going to be a tough match for Byun, though. Well, I say it is. He's bopped herO a bunch of times, actually. I think historically he might still actually have a positive win rate versus herO, even though herO is so amazing in this matchup lately. So they do trade back and forth. I'll quickly look up their results here at the start of this game. As we check it out, I am, of course, casting this live. If you guys ever want to watch these weekly cups live, I always get to play in it. Every Monday, North America, Europe time, Tuesday morning. If you're in Australia, Oceania, or Asia. And what's so fun about it is I play, and then I get my butt kicked, and then I get to cast the actual good players. And I had the pleasure of dying to herO today in a PvP. I actually felt I played really well. And I still basically died in 2 games in about 14 minutes. It was a good treat. Adepts coming in very early. And there are 5 Marines out, though, so Byun can defend this. Just going to lose at least 1 Marine. This shade is a bit derpy, though. Got to be careful. You don't want to be losing that Adept with a dodgy shade. Good save. Oracle coming in behind this. herO is currently still 44.44% in matches versus Byun, guys. So Byun really has his number. 36-45 all-time. Byun won the last 2 series against him. One of those in Pigsty Festival. Oracle's going to come in and cause some troubles, though. herO says, past results mean nothing, mate. They mean absolutely nothing. And look at that damage, my god. Oh, the SCVs don't even finish off the Adept. She's going to escape on 2 hit points. 5 SCVs, 6 Marines for 1 Adept. That's game ending. This might be the most one-sided game one we've seen in a while. Unless this Widowmine can make some epic booms. But oh no, Marines go down and take even more damage. Widowmines do burrow. I don't think they're going to get any of the big connects that he's looking for, though. That's nasty. He might drop one and try to burrow it there again. He's going to try and burrow in the main base. Adepts up here causing a ruckus. Marines outrange them, but oh, they wander a bit too far forward. Widowmines get another 1 or 2 probes, but you can just see how hard this is to deal with. Cloak Banshees coming in behind this. There's already Phoenix and Oracles out, though. And that there is a nasty, nasty defense. herO shutting everything down. And he's all over it. Somehow only down 7 SCVs is Byun. And oh man, I thought he was going to get the big boomy, but does not manage to get it. The Widowmines here trying to do a bit of a run around and seeing if they can escape. There's no lifts available right now, so this Widowmine that can fire can definitely burrow itself and at least force the Oracles to kill it. But at the end of the day, definitely big trades for herO. He's up only 3 workers, but he's got Oracle Phoenix control on the map. If he could spot the Banshees, that'd be great. Still 2 Oracles for detection, so that is a fantastic set of units that he's got. Phoenix comes in, sees the 3rd command center. Cyclone and Marines do push the Phoenix back. Byun planning to recover in a very long game here. This is not going to be a quick and sudden turn. Oh, he still hasn't seen the tech lab on the starport upgrade in Cloak. Second Banshee's about to pop out. The Phoenix unable to get wind of it. The Oracle Phoenix moves out at the wrong time. The Banshee flies on in towards this natural. He wants to get right into the heart of the economy. Did herO see it? herO saw it. Oh, I think he must have only cloaked after getting spotted by the probe. Byun should have preemptively cloaked. If he preemptively cloaked there, he would have been okay. Instead, he's only going to get 5 probes in mining time. I mean, it's still damage. And it still means economically he's even, which is actually fantastic. I thought he might just be dead in this game. Somehow he is actually fighting back. Going to cloak, fly in one more time on the front. He's just going to dive straight in. Unfortunately, the Oracles and the Phoenix are right there. Watch this from herO's view, guys. He's looking around. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. He doesn't see it. It's gone into his natural. I think it's gone into his natural. Yep, it has. Okay, now he only spots it once it starts shooting. And 3 more probes go down. Make it 4. 4 more probes go down. That Banshee gets 1 last shot off. Now, the problem, of course, for Byun is he may have Raven tank bio defense. The problem is he doesn't really have any bio. He's got 11 Marines with no upgrades and a Cyclone, which can push back the Oracle Phoenix. But The thing is, you just get full map control. herO takes a fourth. He knows there's no stim, there's no shields. He's like, yeah, you're going third command center off one barracks. Like, your extra barracks, your stim, your shields are so late. And he Oracle Revelations and he confirms. He's like, yeah, you've got nothing, dude. You can survive, but you can't contest my fourth. And so he's just going to hold down the probe key, go double upgrades. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a... Actually, I would be surprised if he takes a fifth base, but I actually think the correct call is, yeah, you get your 8 gateways, you take a fifth base, and you go 10, 12 gates and go for 2-2 and just play Mass Zealot here. Get maybe 1 or 2 sentries just so you have a bit of energy, force fields, and Guardian Shield gathering. And Byun's just going to struggle to get up a bio count that can really contest that. So, already up at 64 workers is herO. Like I said, he has such a free pass with stim and shields being so far away. I think he can get away with a fifth. He agrees with me. herO, I'm so proud of you right now. He's such an aggressive player that I forget that when it comes to exploding into greed when he senses he can do it, he's actually more confident at that than just about any other player. Most players stick to what they know. They go, no, there's no reason to ever get a fifth that fast. But in this unique scenario, stim and shields is going to finish at 9 minutes, and there's not even going to be that many Marines to take use of it. So why the hell not? Now, the fact that Stalkers are here on this control group is a little bit derpy in my opinion. I don't think there's any business for the Stalkers being there anymore. I guess it's because he figures there's no stim, so why the hell not? He does actually have blink. I did not realize that. Ooh, auto turret comes in. Raven does not want to drop an auto turret there. I mean, he could drop it on the top if he wants and focus down these probes on the very top of the mineral line. Does get one of them. But of course, the shield battery saves the other one. Raven will just hide in the corner of the map and eventually get gunned down. Phoenix are on its way. There's no way you get that 50 energy out in time. There's no way. The Phoenix don't go straight on top of him. He's going to get the auto turret down. And he's going to focus down one probe more. Very nicely done by Byun. If he focused the gas probes, he might have been able to get it. Shield battery healing up the Phoenix very nicely. 1-1 stim shields all finished now. So the bio goes from being incompetent to suddenly being a valid army. Armory is also finished up as well right now, which means 2-2 upgrades could come in. He could also... Got to decide how quick he wants to go for that fourth base, does Byun. He does not know what we know. We know there's a fourth and a fifth. He has no idea about that. He did see the lack of gases though. No gas on any of these bases, so that tells you, I mean, if my opponent's only on 2 gas, they can't be doing much other than making zealots. He just doesn't really realize the scale of how many zealots are being made, so Byun's gonna have to be really cautious. This is an immense army of Protoss coming forwards. It's not bigger than the Terran's army yet, but the production and economy behind it will change that in the near future. We've already got gateways going up out on the edges to warp in zealots all over the map. I wouldn't mind some gases and a splash damage transition from here, as hero's already almost maxed out. But he seems dead set on going for a 2-2 timing. He's holding down the chronos. Widow Mine. Ooh, that's a good Widow Mine. Gets a zealot. Knocks a lot of hit points off those other zealots as well. 15 hit points to be exact, as well as all their shields. You got to remember that it is 65 damage on the splash damage of a Widow Mine, specifically because it does a big bonus to shields of plus 25. So Protoss units get hammered by Widow Mines. Scan goes up on this north. There's a lot of zealots. Yeah, there's no reason to attack into that. I think as Byun, you really want to make sure you get your 2-2 and you max out. 2-2's done for Protoss. It's not done for Terran yet. If you can force a fight before the 2-2 of Protoss, it might be okay. Oh, but it's still very much how the engagement goes. It really is all about how the engagement goes. That Widow Mine there does revelate it. Stalkers pick it off. You can tell that herO has a bit of excitement going on in his pants region. His nethers are twitching, and he really wants to go. But look at that line of tanks. The big ball of bio ghost. The Widow Mine's out there on the edges. This is a fantastic army and setup, and there is no splash damage transition. If herO cannot fight this army head on, at this point in the game, if he wants to win, he needs to avoid the army and try to base trade. Because he's got unlimited zealots that he can keep building. He can reproduce way quicker than the Terran. But in a frontal fight, the Terran army will annihilate him. Oh, he goes for the flank, doesn't quite get it. Good movement by Byun. Byun realizes exactly what sort of game herO is playing. herO has a 6th base up in the north side of the map. He's going for +3 weapons. He still hasn't added gases though. And this is a big problem. He's got 3,300 minerals and almost no gas in the bank. It's a big mistake to be playing like that. He's going to just go for the YOLO. The bio ghost with 2-2 upgrades should absolutely annihilate. And it does. herO getting a bit too excited. And like I said, guys, herO's biggest strength, it's his ability to take fights other players wouldn't be aggressive, where other players wouldn't even think there's an opportunity to. It's also his weakness. Sometimes he gets excited and he clicks with something that's not his hand, and that is always a little bit dicey when you click with your excited bit, when you click with your important thing, as Parting would say. Got to be a little bit more calm and collected. The Oracle and the Phoenix go down to those Widow Mines. Bio Army's coming in by, and he does get rid of some of these add-ons, so that's a very nice move. And mass Zealot attack in the bottom. If that Planetary goes down, that would be massive. The Planetary finishing is almost bad here for Byun because it means that he can't lift it off. Oh, man, he's going to lose a lot of SCVs. He's trying to make this as punishing as possible for herO. He splits a lot of his army to the north, some of his army to the south. That command center is going to go down, though. That is a big victory for herO, keeping his opponent on 3 base while he goes to 6 base. Wait, he's going to 7 bases now. Never mind. This is insane. And the thing is, basically what herO is doing is he's baiting out stims and he's forcing the Terran to micro. The Terran army wrecks Zealots when it's stutter stepping backwards and microed, but if you're attacking in many places at once, what can he do? He can't micro perfect stutter stepping in 2 or 3 locations at once, and also these stims start to wear the units out. So herO is basically harrying, harassing his opponent, trying to annoy him, attacking on all fronts, pulling in, pulling out as much as he can, as fast as he can. Now this Zealot attack is not a good one. Those Zealots were very wasteful. The start of the attack was good. The second part of it, not nearly as effective. Stasis traps even trapping units out here. You can see just the activity level that he's showing. It's still pure Zealot Stalker for herO right now. His 3-3 upgrades are almost finished, but so are the Protoss, the Terran upgrades. So even with these Chrono Boosts, I don't think he ever really has an upgrade advantage here. Uh-oh, Byun a little bit slow to EMP up in the north side of the map. He needs to drop those EMPs and those stim packs. EMPs do finally go down, as does the stim. Widow Mine's landing some big hits on the south side. He starts to stutter step away. The Zealots, a lot of Zealots dying here. herO, though, has 4,000 minerals in the bank, 16 gateways. He rebuilds 32 supply of Zealots in the blink of an eye. This Widow Mine is getting insane value. 6 kills. This Widow Mine also getting good kills and splash damage on the shields. The problem for Byun is that income. Let's take a look at it. My God, 1,400 resources more a minute coming in, and it's been for 4 minutes straight. That sort of income advantage is massive. I mean, herO is using a less cost-efficient but much more mobile army to control the map, and he's basically just using weight of numbers. He is zerging the Terran player. He's swarming over the top. The thing is, there is always a point where if the Terran finds that one good engagement, his army is naturally better than yours. And you can see it there. herO, though, is very quick to retreat. It's the fact that he's not standing and fighting in those bad engagements that's allowing him to do okay. He's going to go for a direct engagement, and this is only part of the Terran army, but the rest of the Terran army is starting to cascade forward. There's a 20 army supply for Terran as well. So as we get maxed out, this gets worse and worse for the Protoss player who has refused to add gas geysers. Every single bit. He's still on 2 gas guys, and his gases are almost mined out in the main. So he's on his last 500 gas in this game. It's pure mineral mass Zealot. herO is playing a meme style. It's only gases in the main base. It's a classic IC-FAR challenge that I've done many times, and I don't know if it's going to work against a beast like Byun. That army is monstrous. Few observers are hanging out right now. That observer does accidentally move into the range, tries to turn it around, but just a bit too late there. That sentry is going to get focused for a little bit. The Zealot's charging straight out of Guardian Shield range anyway. The Bio stutter step is beautiful. The Zealots are getting hammered, man. The Bio just absolutely smashing, but there's 4k more minerals in the bank. The problem is you need to do this multiple times as Byun. It is insane the numbers of Protoss that he is murdering in this game. He's up 5,000 resources in the units lost, and he's thinking, well, surely I win now. But he scans the top and he goes, oh God, that's fully saturated? Are you serious? He gets rid of this guy. He's got a lot of Widow Mines, 12 Widow Mines. But the thing is, it's hard to actually push those Widow Mines across the map. And this base on the south is a little bit exposed. Sensor Tower sees it. Widow Mines trying to come south. Uh-oh. Byun, he needs to pull his army back, run these SCVs out of there. The SCV is a little slow to evacuate. A few of them will go down. EMPs on the Stalkers. Every Stalker you kill is huge because remember, there's no gas income for herO. He still has not taken any new gases. If you look at his income, guys, he's down to 100 gas a minute, and as his last gas geyser runs out, that's going to get even worse. Triple drop goes to the north side of this map, but he's got to realize there's more Zealot swarm coming in. herO is never about to put it back in his pants. The problem is, for Byun, he thinks herO is about to transition into Colossus Storm Disruptors, and Byun will be too far behind. He feels like he needs to do counter damage. We know the whole story, and the whole story is he does not need to do that. big Widow Mine splash on those Zealots. Byun just needs to survive. That is all he needs to do in this game, and yet he's trying to counter-strike the economy of herO. The Bio Ghost comes up and cleans that up. A huge quad drop in the north side of the map. Gonna punish herO's economy. That's gonna be a Nexus and a lot of important dead probes. At the same time, in the bottom side, herO trying to punish. herO cascading north with a massive Zealots. He's only got 4 Stalkers. He can't really shoot the medevacs down very well, so Byun does manage to save most of those units, but one medevac filled with units does go down. Units lost tab still about 8,000 resources in favor of Byun. herO, his resources may start to mine out. He's down from 4,500 minerals a minute to just 3,000. His income's dropping. Uh-oh, that Bio caught out in the open. The Widow Mines get some good splashies. The Zealots aggroing onto the SCVs and the rest of it. This is going to hammer the economy of Byun. He's going to lose the command center 100%. It goes down, but he trades about 40 Zealots for it. I don't think that's a good trade. I think Byun's going to just gather up his units and go across the map now. herO is regaining this base on the top. He's got another pack of Zealots. He's on 22 gateways. He's on 22 gateways. He has no gas in the bank. He's not mining any gas. It's nothing but Zealots. herO, the meme lord, is trying to do it with a very basic army comp. He's gone through his entire bank, though, and wave after wave of zombies impaling themselves. I'm telling you, if we had a camera, Byun would have a giant smile on his face right now because he can see that this game is turning in his favor. He realizes that he's broken through another key army. He's got a new orbital landed on the 4th. Yes, it's from his natural. His main is there. His natural's there. Wait, he only has 3 command centers? Oh, God. Okay, that's pretty frightening. Maybe that smile isn't so big. He's only got 3 command centers. Oh, my God. Byun trying to hang on, and herO's still refusing to take gas. He's still refusing to do... Oh, wait. He's got gas mining somewhere, guys. He's taken 2 gases on the very bottom right. He's finally got 2 more gas geysers up. That's it. EMP stim. He's going to have to try and save this command center. The Stalkers are going to go after it. The Bio Ghost Army is close behind, though. And this is not the fight you really want as the Protoss player. But double-stimmed Bio units apparently going to bait you in. Another 13 SCVs go down, and I think that one was a good trade for herO. This top base still looking very exposed. On the bottom side, the Liberator comes in, gets a bunch of probes. The dent in the income, definitely noticeable. I do love the way herO's got all these observers up, ringing the front. He's got so much vision. This is what allowed his movement to be so good with the Zealot Stalker, where he could go in and know when to fight and when to run away. Oh, man. Once again, the EMPs are massive. The Zealot Stalker headbutting into a choke point. Byun standing firm, fixes the bayonets and charges into the Zealots and impales them. Widow Mine double lib gonna clean up all these Zealots. The Stalker's gonna try and take out the libs, but they are getting shot down themselves. I don't think that's gonna work out too well as the Liberator cleans up a lot of these units. Whatever else pops out of the barracks should be able to eventually defend here, though there's very little income right now for Byun. So who knows, maybe herO can pull a rabbit out of a hat. The barracks are lifting up. They're gonna go land elsewhere. These guys rallying out to their death. The Bio Army gonna remove another base in the north side. I think this backstab and how it goes is actually rather important, because if it gets stopped now, it means we only have to focus on the main army, but herO bringing the rest of his army across the map. He's going to reinforce these Zealots. He's going to go for broke. 13 Stalkers and 21 Zealots. He's just going to keep on going. herO, the mad lad. He is a gateway man. And I got to say right now, I feel like I can hear Artosis' spirit watching this game. I know you're like, no, he's playing brutal. Oh, no, he isn't. For those who don't know, Artosis can see through the internet, and he has some thoughts on this game he needs to share. Thank you very much, Artosis, for that live cross-analysis. I absolutely agree. Well, I know a lot of Salty Terran players would say that if you play that strategy that you just described, it's unbeatable. I'm looking at this game, and I think it's beatable. I think Byun has this in the bag. He's got the Bio Ghost here. He's going to clean up the Zealots on the top side. He's going to defend this base. Yes, he's got a fractional, damaged, wounded economy, but herO never transitioned. I was saying it much earlier in this game. I would like to see herO when he was fully on 5 bases, 170 supply. I was like, okay, this is where you can like add a robo, add 2 gases, and just start limping your way over into splash damage. You're still very heavily committed to Zealots and looking for the fights, but you know, you're just committing it like maybe 1/10 of your economy to transitioning into splash damage, if even that, maybe 1/15. herO did not do it. He refused to. He said more Zealots equals more win. More gateway men for the win. Let's go. Protoss, Protoss, Protoss. Byun coming on in, and now he's got the big punish. His army abandoning his base in the north, though. That is a problem. He's going to have a Liberator there, but those SCVs, they're going to go down, man. He's down to just 30 SCVs. That's a big problem. Big army gathering on the south side nonetheless. Look at that. All the SCVs go down on this base. Big army shoves forward. Battery overcharge comes down. herO's going to try and make a miraculous hold. But the number of bio units is absolutely astounding. And remember that hats off to Byun for how well he kept his upgrades up during the chaos. How well he kept his medevac count up, healing these units that were basically permanently stimmed. He's panicked. He's thrown off his game. I mean, he's literally been rallying Marines to their death for the last minute, and he's not changing it. But he's coming forward. He depowers some of the 21 gateways that are remaining of herO here. And he's going to try and go home because he doesn't want to lose a base trade, I guess. But definitely a little bit slow to focus on the defense. That orbital goes down. Could have lifted that one off. Bit of a mistake for him. The Stalkers are actually blinking across the gap right now. Byun feels like as long as he doesn't die to the base trade, he should be okay. And he is correct in that regard. He's going to come back, clean up this army. You can tell he's a little bit flustered. Byun can't really believe what sort of game he's in. This is such a weird situation. And here he's going to recall these units. Oh, nice. He forces the whole army to stim all the way home. And then does that. But of course, the income tells us a story. And that is of both players being out of money. And herO absolutely blew his wad, losing 336 Zealots in this game. 336, losing 20,000 resources more than his opponent. What a Chad. He may have lost the game, but he's won my heart. Well, that there was an absolutely wild game. Let's see if Byun's wrists can hold up. Shopify Rebellion's Byun in the bottom left side. He says he doesn't really feel any pain when he's playing online from the comfort of his home, especially when he's not on camera. He doesn't get nervous, so he doesn't stiffen up. We'll see how it goes. In the top right, we've got herO. And apparently me live cross to Artosis. We had some technical difficulties, guys. I could hear him just right, but you guys couldn't. So just for those who missed out, this was his analysis. Or actually, we'll just call him up again. Artosis, I'm sorry we didn't get you in live. They didn't hear you. Can you give us the analysis of how Protoss played that last game? Okay, Protoss, indeed. I agree. And to be fair, that's kind of what herO just did here. He's already got 2 SCVs deep in the red, 1 in the orange. Byun should have pulled an extra SCV earlier to shut this down. And what you do here, guys, is you pull another SCV, you get in front of that probe, and you do some damage. Oh! Byun triggered! Oh, no! The probe gives the middle finger to the mineral line. And Byun absolutely shook. He pulls almost his whole mineral line, doesn't get the kill, and the probe keeps harassing, delaying his barracks. My god. For those who don't know, the barracks is meant to finish and a Reaper start at a minute 28. That's an 8-second delay on this Reaper. That is massive. That is absolutely monumentally massive. It also means this orbital starting late. He built an extra SCV in the meantime because of that, which is why he's up at 21 supply rather than 20 supply right now. But definitely a big spanner in the works. His factory is delayed. A huge mess up for Byun's build, and now he's got 3 workers on one gas, 0 on the other, when he should have 2 and 1. Byun may have won game 1 on the scoreboard, but I actually think he may have lost on the mental game because that was exhausting to win that game. Probes coming up here. We got the reactor there, the factory as well. I think seeing the reactor, you're pretty happy with that scout as herO. Does he bother recalling to save it though? Doesn't look like it. Just going to contemplate life and everything before getting shot down next to that Vespene geyser. Behind this, it is a Stargate play. herO really favoring Stargate recently. He's so good at playing it, so can't fault it. The Oracle is the linchpin, the key piece of many strategies. This matchup, PvZ, PvP, a lot of players love Oracles, and sometimes it goes out of favor in PvT, but I think it's just such a useful unit. Reaper's going to come on forwards. The Adepts, if they can get a hit off before the Shade completes, they'll get the kill. But, no, 2 hits not enough. Oh, very nicely done. Phoenix is actually going to come out. I think herO being scouted, he prefers to play Phoenix sometimes, whereas if he is not scouted, he'll go straight for the Oracle. That's going to be good for light harassment. Byun goes straight for a second barracks instead of Starport. Already had a Cyclone on the way before he even spotted that. So he's actually going to go for most likely a very big 2-base push, and he's actually going to go straight for a siege tank. So, oh, this could be a very early push. A little bit of a supply block there, but it does come out of that. And still, yeah, the command center is a little delayed. Reaper does get picked up by a Phoenix. It does go down. Twilight Council goes down in the natural. We've got a second gateway coming up as well. So that's interesting, guys. 2 Phoenix into Twilight extra gates. This feels like Phoenix charge. So I think what he's going to do, I think herO, but he's not building more Phoenix, which is a little weird. I think he would queue up a 3rd Phoenix right now. Maybe a mistake from him. I think he's just going to go quick charge to try and deal with this big 3-Rax bio tank push that's going to be coming his way. Cyclone comes in. Ooh, he picks up the Cyclone to break it, and he even almost sacrifices this Phoenix to get the Scout. Sees that it's a factory into 3 barracks, and you guys know that I've been favoring this push for quite a while. I do a special version where I go another reactor, and I hit about 7 minutes 30 with about 5 tanks and 50 Marines. It's incredibly hard for a Protoss player to stop. Now, what's scarier about Byun's build compared to that build is Byun's build hits faster because he's gone for that 1 base opening. He can move out now with 2 tanks, 11 Marines, a Cyclone, 3 Marines rallying at a time, Stim building behind it, Shields building behind it, and he can add a starport. He can add a gas geyser or an engineering bay, any of that stuff, and he's actually just got this really nice quick push. It's hard for the Protoss to get space or room to breathe and to know how much they can defend. I mean, these 2 Phoenix are not particularly useful. They have 1 lift between them. They're both already heavily damaged. The Stalkers are useful units. Can force field this ramp. Oh, it's not a bad force field, but I mean, really, what do you get for that? You lose an Adept. Almost lose a Stalker as well. All you do is slow the push down by a little bit, which isn't terrible, but it's definitely not great. And Byun only unsieges 1 tank. He knew herO was going to try and poke forward there. Byun's happy to play this very slowly by the looks of it. He doesn't want to go easily into shield battery overcharge range. He's actually got an amazing follow-up. I think the trick for him is he's saying, just play it slow. You know, don't force our way in. We're going to cut probes off from rallying out there very soon. That probe already. Bam. Probe's getting 1 shot. Cyclone runs up. Oh, that's a slow warp in. A slow warp in from herO, a big mistake. Luckily for him, Byun Cyclone didn't run to the left. Phoenix probably would have caught it either way, but another probe goes down as well as a Stalker. More Marines rallying through the middle of the map. It's this situation where you feel like you want to cut off the reinforcement. He's going to try and dive on the retreating units. 1 tank in the deep red, the other one about to go down. He's going to finish it off, and he does manage to. But he's got to get away from those Marines. He doesn't have the firepower to take those down in a pitch battle. He's got to pick them off, pull back, pick them off, pull back, utilize his range. As the Marines turn tail, that's going to be very good cleanup. Oh man, herO's getting some juicies. The Marines not willing to stim though, and that is because the starport is not building medevacs yet. A Phoenix and a Stalker do go down. Remember, it's a one-way trip with these Marines though. He stims the other Marines and these front ones again. The sentry will fall, but the question is, how do you ever get out of here? You're not going to have the energy or the hit points at least to stim home. That Phoenix is going to go down. Byun's so thirsty for that Phoenix kill, but every single Marine falls here. It doesn't really get any more damage. He gets a probe, luckily. That's about it. I think at the end of this, herO must be ahead. He's got a 3rd base up. He's got the Robo there. The units lost tab does show that it was more efficient for Terran. So let's see what sort of follow-up push he's got. 5 barracks, 2 base all in, hey? But the medevacs have only just started. He doesn't really have that much impetus, that much momentum, you know, to keep on going here. I feel like herO should be able to get up the charge lots, get an Immortal out. He's already got 1 sentry, maybe make 1 or 2 more, and work his way to that next level. Byun's going to take a 3rd base. If herO can take a 4th at the same time, I think he's going to swarm over the top. I do think Byun is quite behind in this game, and I think that early probe harass did way more damage than it ever should. Now, a lot of players used to complain about this. There was literally a period in, I think, 2016 where players were like, man, why doesn't everyone just probe harass like herO? He always sends a probe across at the start of the game. He does so much damage. He like always kills an SCV, always gets them in the red. You know, it's crazy that more Protoss don't do this. And it's just so overpowered and shows how good shields are and how OP Protoss is. Let me come back to that thought. A very good catch on the Stalkers there. A bunch of them goes down, and another one as well. Oh, man, another 2 even. Okay, that one does blink out. So to finish that thought, basically people were saying that, and I was like, you guys know you're idiots, right? And these Terran players were saying this to me. I'm not going to name names. Let's just say there was some you know, people who were, you know, known in the scene, some mates of mine, and they were like, no, John Fairman. And I was like, you know, you can just pull an SCV and attack the probe from the start and then pull another one to interrupt its shields and like it'll never get damaged on. But Byun was being greedy at the start of this game. He did not pull an SCV early enough. And as a result, he took way too much damage. But look at this positioning. Oh, force field. Nice force field jam on the army there. But oh, the Widow Mine still takes out a sentry. Zealot run by on the left side is going to be pretty big. Byun, though, may have already got a good enough position on the natural. The Immortal is going to go down. Not enough firepower for herO. And actually, Byun, even though he lost so many units earlier, the production, the gateway is not quite ready in time. The double Robo transition was coming in behind this. And it feels like herO just didn't see this push coming, didn't respect it enough. I think what I wasn't factoring in is just how little vision he had. He only had one observer and a few stalkers for map control, and once those stalkers got caught out by the stim bio, man, that was pretty devastating. On the other hand, 15 SCVs went down, and this is now finally getting cleaned up. But 8 probes do fall. There's a Widow Mine right there. herO can take that bad boy out right now. Oh! It does get it just before it fires. Widow Mine drop, I think, must have come in on the backside here. Or maybe these Widow Mines just walked into the base. Another probe does go down there. Byun is down 7 workers, but he has a giant army against a handful of Zealot Stalkers and Sentries. herO is going to try and hang on with the batteries, but that battery just falls. The Disruptors will go down. Oh, they won't even pop out. The Robos sitting out in the open, they just get blasted, and Byun all over this game. I mean, he always seems to have herO's number. It's crazy because I actually think literally Byun has a better win rate versus herO than Maru does, I believe. Like, it's insane how good he is in this matchup head to head. It feels like once again he's finding a way despite having terrible openings, man. Game 1, he took massive damage to the Adept Oracle. Remember, 1 Adept for 5 SCVs and 6 Marines. Game 2, he takes massive damage to a probe harass. This is just crazy. The fact that Byun is coming back and winning these games, herO has to be tilted. Alright guys, game number 3, and he's got to dig deep. He's got to fight back. It's Stargazers, and this is Dragon Phoenix Gaming's herO. And you know what's really exciting? Byun in the top left is going command center first in TVP. He's taking the inside command center. He's going to mine those out while it morphs into an orbital and then lift it over. He's going barracks into double gas behind it. And you know what? herO's not scouting, so herO's not even going to know this is the case. So herO goes Cybercore into Nexus, into the second gas. And he has no idea. Now, I really think Nexus before core is better with a no scout build on this map, because the depth pressure will do nothing. It's just going to bounce off this wall off. So I would have loved to see him do that. Do you think there'll be a Reaper? I would prefer Marine into Factory. Byun is going to be doing Marine into Factory just to get that tech up a little bit quicker, as obviously a Factory is very late if you squeeze the 50 gas Reaper in. Got the Nexus up there. Stalker being chrono boosted out. Robo does start up in the main. So this is a Robo first. This is something we've been seeing a little bit more of. People sometimes rush a Prism and do a Stalker drop on this back base really early. Other times they just get Observers out for map vision. Or you could even see the Colossus drop from ancient days past, though. That's pretty rare. Engineering Bay in the wall. So Byun wants a wall off. And he just wants to do really quick upgrade build at the same time. So he's going to get the super fast +1 attack. I really dislike this build. I think it's not the greatest because the upgrades take so long to really pay off. Unless he's... Oh, is he using it for a turret? Oh, because he's playing completely blind. He wants a turret ready for the oracles as well. So he says, well, I might as well get +1, and he'll probably build a turret. Of course, there is no Stargate this game. But wouldn't it be a bummer if you chrono an observer out across the map, fly into a missile turret? That would suck. 1 Adept, a Stalker, and another Stalker in the way. So yeah, he's going to do that build that we were talking about. He's even going 3-gate. He is chronoing probes, though, is herO. He's pulled off gas a little bit, but he's going to go for a very quick 3-gate pressure. And you know what? 1 reacted barracks is going to struggle to defend that, unless the Widow Mines land some big hits. So it looks like he's going to be going medevac here. I think Byun's thinking about a medevac mine drop. But he's going to be dealing with very early bunch of Stalkers and Adepts in his natural, and they're going to be able to ferry back and forth across these minerals as long as the Prism doesn't die. As we see that missile turret there in the natural, nothing in the main, just a Widow Mine there. And where's the other Widow Mine? 1 in there and 1 above the... Okay, so they're both in that main base. That means there's nothing down here. Prism's going to siege up, is it? Whoa, 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 whoa! herO! herO, what are you doing, mate? herO with some of the crappiest Prism micro I've seen all day. What's he doing? Oh my god, he flies into the turret. He flies into the Marines like a headless chicken. herO, he needs to warp in units offensively and do damage. He's caught literally one of the best builds he could have run into, a greedy command center first with only 1 barracks and Widow Mines, which are terrible against warp prisms because you can just pick up the units to dodge them. And now he's at home with a pack of Stalkers. Now, if Byun flies this in to the Stalkers and loses it, okay, it's not the worst thing in the world. He's going to find the medevac, gets a big volley on it. Medevac boost down towards the other base. We are going to see him just ferry his units out right now as herO. Byun, of course, is going to assume the units are rotating down to defend, but they are not. They're actually rotating aggressively. These 6 Stalkers are going to push into the natural of Byun one more time. But it's been delayed about a minute. He's got time to build a tank. It's about to pop. A Raven's on the way, as well as a lot more Marines. So I don't think this is any issue for Byun. He's just going to pull the SCVs down. The tank is a little slow. Widowmine comes in behind the natural, and that's going to get a huge boom. 10 kills. Oh my gosh, herO. I mean, he's getting some damage done aggressively, but Stalker damage is not high impact. And that is a huge problem. The Observer and the Stalkers will clean this up. He can rotate around to the front and pick off like the eBay or the depot, but that once again is also not high impact damage. And I feel like for herO here, you've got our chrono probes, you've got to take a third, you've got to play the long game to try and get back in it. It's just really hard to actually pull that one off. Stalkers here are going to try and drop down at the front now that the Prism sees it. Did we just get more probes killed? Whoa, 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 whoa. One more probe maybe went down, or was that just the probe count from before perhaps? Oh my god, he flies in the missile turret one more time. 2 Stalkers go down. What the heck? herO's micro is sloppy. Maru once famously said in an interview, when asked what his thoughts were going into the match and did he have any words for his opponent, he said, "I just hope my hands don't betray me." I feel like right now herO's hands are betraying him. I feel like that's exactly what's happening. He's not microing the way we're used to seeing herO micro. He's now making 3 adepts. The Widow... Oh, it's auto turret. That's what happened. Auto turret in the main is getting so many more kills. Oh my god, that Raven is up to 5 kills now. His economy is on 33 probes versus 48. Byun solid as a rock, and herO looking a little bit like a flappy, waving, inflatable man. Wacky waving inflatable arm man. Wacky waving inflatable arm Protoss. Another Stalker unnecessarily goes down. He tries to shove his way up the ramp. And the Prism flies in over the Marines. I mean, desperation. Talk about desperation. A disaster for herO. We have to go back and look at what was going on his camera when he flew that Prism in. It's not a bad build. It would have been great for this situation, but that was absolutely abysmal micro. Not what we're used to seeing from him. I think it was about 4 minutes when he went in there. It's a pretty good little build here, I gotta say, when you're surprised by this. Protoss units kind of feel invulnerable. Let's go back just a little bit there. Okay, so let's bring up his control groups as well, guys. You can see his Warp Prism's on number 1.
Research complete.
Okay, so he goes over to his Warp Prism, builds a gas, changes his rally points, looks back as his Prism. Okay, he's warping in more Stalkers at home. Okay, so that's the first thing that's really confusing, because they're going to take forever to get to the front. Surely you want this warp in to hit the front. What drop is going to hit you at 3 minutes 50? I guess he has no scouting, so he thinks maybe there's going to be like a really fast 1-base Widowmine or Hellion drop coming. So that's why he's got to warp in at home. So okay, there's a reason for it. They can come over and join in a little bit. And he's going to drop in the back, and he flies forward, and he clicks the Prism and pulls it to the left. But he doesn't move his screen over to the left, flies into the Marines, flies back into the turret, and it's just bad micro. Yeah, I mean, the Prism should have flown left and down, and he should have been thinking about getting out, but it just shows you herO's mindset. So I want to look at that just one more time. So basically, anyone's mindset here when they realize they've screwed up, and you'll see herO selects it and clicks to the left. Okay, yeah, sure, move to the left is fine. But they would immediately be like, move south and out. herO keeps his screen up and is more focused on focusing the SCVs down than he is on getting the Warp Prism either north to safety, there, or south to safety. Now, he's already screwed up by going too deep. Don't get me wrong. He reacted just way too slowly here. Let's go back a couple of seconds and just look at that one more time, because it's like, why exactly was he so slow to respond? I think he didn't see it above the command center. I think it was just, he didn't notice the missile turret there, and I think that was a huge mistake. So it's not like he looks at home from here, right? This is his camera, guys. Yeah, he just doesn't notice the turret up there. And he should notice it at this point and instantly turn away. But he's just a little bit slow to do it. And those Marines get over there quickly, and he just gets pincered. It's really unfortunate. Boom. Absolutely terrible way for the Grand Finals to go. What an amazingly fun Game 1, which absolutely herO should have transitioned out of the Zealots on. Game 2 was looking pretty good, but he just got caught out. In Game 3, he absolutely falls apart. herO absolutely shook after losing over 300 Zealots in Game 1. Byun, once again, the weekly champion.